Hello friends, Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Welcome to my kitchen. What you saw there, most of you already thinking sorrel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. It's holiday time. We want to make those nice drinks to share with your friends when they come over. You're not gonna have the sips. Today we're making something a little bit different with the sorrel. Instead of the traditional sorrel recipe, we're doing a sorrel cranberry rum punch. Now, yes, there will be rum in this, so it is a big people drink, but all you have to do is leave out the rum and you can give the kids, man. It's good for them too, you know. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. As I said, let's get cooking. I've got my nice big soup pot here ready to go, and we're gonna go in first with all that dried sorrel. And if you're using freshly picked sorrel, you will need a bit more. Full list of ingredients will be posted in the description below, as well as on CaribbeanPot.com. So we've got the dried sorrel, and sorrel is pretty much a family. It's a flower related to the hibiscus family, and tons of nice flavor in there. To that, we're gonna add cranberries, and originally I wanted to use fresh cranberries. It's December, well, the last day of November, and it's readily available in the stores. However, I know around the world, especially in the Caribbean, it may be easier to get dried cranberries. So in goes those dried cranberries, and I've got here some orange wedges, and traditionally we would use dried orange peel, but this orange here, actually if you want, you can also squeeze some of that juice in there. A thick slice of ginger, a small stick of cinnamon. When you're traditionally doing sorrel drink, it tends to be quite spicy with cloves and ginger and cinnamon and all that stuff like that. We're trying to hold back a bit on the spiciness of it because we want to really bring out the flavor of that sorrel as well as the cranberries. And I'm going to use 1 star anise, and I will not be using cloves because I think cloves is gonna just give it too much of a spiced flavor. Now we're gonna go in with the liquid, and the liquid is just plain old tap water. I'm gonna have to add some more. Then we're gonna bring that up to a boil. It's come up to a boil now, so I'm just gonna move this around, and you're gonna see this is why I'm using a stainless steel pot. Is it will have the tendency to stain your pot, so because this will bleed, and if you know anything about sorrel, it will bleed and go very red. The water has come up to a boil now. I'm going to go in with sugar. That's just plain old white granulated sugar. Give it a stir, and I'm sweetening it at this point because it's hot and the sugar will dissolve very quickly. So all we want to do now is let that go. I'm going to turn my heat down to a simmer and let that simmer for about 10 minutes. It's been going for about 10 minutes now, and your kitchen should have that lovely aroma of sorrel. That cranberry should be peeking out, and a little bit of spice we put in there with the cinnamon stick and ginger and stuff like that should really be coming out now. So what I usually do is I turn my stove off and I put the lid on there and let that steep for about 2 hours at least. If you want to do it overnight, you can certainly do that. 2 hours is perfect. Fast forward 2 hours later, and all you need is another big bowl strainer, because we have to strain this, and we have to strain it a couple times. This one is sort of a big mesh, so you may want to get one. Start off with a big mesh and then go on with a tiny mesh or cheesecloth. Remember, this will stain, so be kind of gentle when I'm pouring it directly into the strainer. Just gonna raise that up, and you're gonna see I've caught the Mr. Ginger is the first guy we caught in the net here, but just set that aside. This is what you're gonna be left back with, and pretty much after you done strain this, squeeze it, and then you would discard it. Now here's where the big people fun is gonna start. You can serve this as it is with ice and some slices of oranges for the little ones, but this is where we're going to make it into the big people something. And I have here, and this bottle is probably about 20 years old, some angostura bitters. Going with a couple splashes of that angostura bitters. Totally optional, but it gives it that nice Caribbean something. And we've got white rum, big people time. And how much rum you add is totally up to you. I would recommend starting off with about a cup of rum, white, brown, it doesn't matter what rum you use. And you're going to give that a good mix. Just going to give it a little sample. It's some good. Chris here, boy. Hey, it's going to have some good times in the kitchen today with this. So there you go, friends. A different take on sorrel. This time we used dried cranberries in there. It is absolutely delicious. I already tasted it. Remember, you can control how much alcohol you put or you don't put in there. I went in with an extra half cup of sugar. So in total I used 1.5 cups of sugar because I wanted it sweet. So when I add ice to it, it won't dilute and lose its nice, you know, that rhythm we're getting from the islands. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Remember to click thumbs up. Leave comments below and do tell your friends what we're doing here at CaribbeanPod.com and on YouTube. Enjoy your holidays.